Here is Wyoming Senator John Barrasso, who happens to be a doctor. Mr. Senator, perfect timing. What do you make of this? A possible second wave, 100,000 new cases in the past week. Your position, please.
Well, I don't think this is any surprise, Stuart. I think we expected as people came back to work, back into the communities, there would be an increase, but our communities are ready and prepared for this. We have adequate testing all around the country right now. We have hospital capacity if it is needed. The vaccine, you're seeing really breakthrough activities with the development of a vaccine. We are not shutting down again. The most important thing we can do now for our country is get Americans back to work, and government spending is clearly no substitute for a strong and robust and a growing economy.
Would you change your opinion if, for whatever reason, there is a huge spike in new cases and deaths and hospitalization? Would you change your position at any point?
Well, I don't see any good reason to go back to where we were, where the government shut down the economy of the American people. What we have seen is that we know much better how to deal with it, with social distancing, with hand washing, with wearing of masks. People know what to do, how to behave. I don't expect the kind of spike that you've just described, but there is no shutting down this economy again, in my opinion.
Mr. Senator, I'm about to interview Larry Kudlow, top economic advisor to the president, and I'm going to ask him about a new round of stimulus, maybe with direct payments to people. What's your position on more government spending to stimulate the economy in the near future?
You know, I was one to call for pushing the pause button. I think that was the right decision.
Yep.
You know, any additional spending is basically additional debt. I don't think we need to do anything to rescue the economy this time. If we do anything, it has to really make sure it's focused on the disease and getting people on the job. You know, I'm the chair of the committee that oversees infrastructure, bridges, highways, roads, all of those issues, water, our ports. That is something that actually puts people to work. We have bipartisan legislation on that. If there is an additional package, that should be part of it. Liability reform has to be part of it. But just additional spending for spending's sake, I'm against that.
Mr. Senator John Barrasso, Republican, Wyoming, thank you very much for joining us, sir. It is appreciated, as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.